Hi everyone, it's Agnes and I am here with Rob. Hello, Rob.
Hey, Agnes, nice to meet you and nice to hang out with you today.
Yes, I was excited to chat with you because you're in my old country. I lived there my whole growing up for 16 years in Canada. You're in Vancouver, and I was on Vancouver Island my growing up. So, yeah,
Amazing. Amazing. Yes, yes. Yeah, we're here on the West Coast and
yeah,
just trying to make it through this lockdown.
yeah, that's the way. That's the way. Well, I had the good fortune of meeting you. There is the company that you work for, TubeBuddy, which a
Yes.
lot of YouTubers would know, and it is a wonderful, app that works and runs. I always think of it as like layers of a cake. YouTube's the cake, and, TubeBuddy would be the icing, and it helps maneuver the whole YouTube system much more easily. And I met you because you were doing a tutorial, and I joined the tutorial. And
Yes.
you did such a warm and friendly and clear job of explaining things that I didn't know about at the time. And
Mm,
you are doing meaningful work because you're working from home. So I
mhm.
contacted you and said, "Hey, come and do this with me if you've got time."
Yeah.
So looking at the behind the scenes skeleton of how you ended up doing this creative work, how did it all start for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. First, thanks for having me. I mean, commend you on the channels, and I mean, it's not easy to grow a YouTube channel, so you've done a really fantastic job in being consistent. But yeah, thanks for having me here. Yeah, I mean, my creative journey, I guess, I would say started a few years ago. Before TubeBuddy, I was working at another software company called Thinkific, and it's an online course platform. And I was there for about a few years, and I was on the marketing team, and then I ended up at the last couple years on the partnership team. And so, working with partners there, working with influencers and things like that, I quickly noticed that sort of the way that they collaborated and worked together and helped each other grow each other's audiences was through collaborations and through video. And so started to really pay attention to how people are creating videos. On YouTube, on Facebook, how do they do live streams and all these things, and trying to really understand that. How do they format when they show up on video? Introduction, the meat of the content, and then the
Mm,
outro and all those things. So yeah, so that's kind of where it started. We started doing some live streams. We started doing some more videos for social media, and started doing that on our channel, inviting some of our partners. And then what happened is that they would reciprocate the invite. They would say, "Hey, Rob, thanks for sharing, sharing the stage on Thinkific on your company's pages. Would you like to join us on our podcast or our live stream or our virtual summit?" Many times I was invited to conferences and actually speak on stage. So we're like, hey, you know what? There's something here. This is a way to really grow your audience organically. We're not paying any of these partners to do this.
mm,
This is helping everyone. And the currency was that we were using was that attention, that attention to share the attention on our stage with our channels, with our community. And then they would share the attention that the attention and also that authority that they've shared, that they've built with their audience, similar to what we're doing here.
yeah.
And so I really started to enjoy the process, enjoy that whole, that experience of doing videos and being more creative and telling stories. And, growing up, that was not the case. I was always a shy kid and everything.
Mm,
And even as a younger adult, I was very much like, I'm not going to get in on camera and stuff, so this would frighten me so much. But as you do
yeah.
it more, you start to really enjoy it. And
Yeah.
and getting to hear all the stories too, like, meeting people like yourself. And everyone has a story, and I think that's really the thing that I enjoy, that even
Mm,
if I wasn't working, and doing it as part of my job, I would probably still find a way to do it somehow,
yeah.
knowing that it's so fulfilling. Yeah.
It is. Did you transit from working at the TubeBuddy office to home, or were you always remote?
Yeah, always remote. So
Okay.
TubeBuddy doesn't have. Yeah, TubeBuddy they're all in the U.S. So they're all in
Yeah.
California for the
Okay.
most part, on the West Coast. And so
Yeah.
I was hired completely as a remote worker here. There's no office here.
Yeah.
You know, I would use a co-working space once in a while,
Okay.
when we could,
Yeah.
or a coffee shop or something. But yeah, no, totally remote, totally remote.
Wow, lovely. And are you working like 5 days a week, Monday to
Yeah.
Friday type of thing?
Yeah, yeah, yep. Monday to Friday, full time.
Okay.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Mm. And so you are the one of the faces of TubeBuddy to do tutorials and different things.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do a lot of I do a lot of the tutorials. There's also another gentleman named Andrew Can who
Yes.
is on our channel, and fantastic guy. And he built that channel. He was the first employee at TubeBuddy,
Oh,
outside of the founders, and he was hired when the channel was around 4 or 5 thousand
yep.
subscribers, and then
Yep.
now it's over 500,000
Half
subscribers,
a million.
since 5 years ago. So
Mm.
yeah, brilliant guy, brilliant
Yeah.
guy.
I think you know how we were talking before we started recording
Yeah,
about I was saying to you, my business is very much everything I do looks at how can I give to something rather than what can I get from
yeah,
something.
absolutely.
And I think you guys do that so well because
Thanks.
I have just started. I've got, I think, 1,300 YouTubes.
Mm,
Now, if I didn't use your bulk feature,
right.
oh my God, months of work. And for people that don't understand what that means, if I have to make a change in one YouTube and I got to make that one change, like say adding a brand new website link. If
Hmm.
I had to do that across 1,300 YouTubes, it would take me months and months and months. I
Right.
can do that in about 15 minutes
Yeah.
because it just literally drops what I ask into I mean, that is, I think, so genius and so time saving and so it just looks at how can I make your job easier. And I think TubeBuddy, from what I've seen, is a company that is a giving business. It comes from that
Yeah.
place, not how
Yeah.
can I get, how can I give, how can I make something easier, how can I give you relief. And that's what
Yeah.
that's why I was so drawn to it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
Mm,
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah. I
mm,
mean, that's really the heart of the company is,
yeah,
even the founders, there's been a lot of influence of like, hey, maybe, the pricing is a little too low, and this and that. And like, maybe we should put these features on the higher
yeah,
tier paid plans and things like that. But like the founders, they're just, let's just try to help as many people as we can on YouTube. It's not
yeah,
easy to grow a channel. So,
yeah,
even the free plan right now is,
mm,
there's no expiry. You can be
yeah,
on the free plan forever.
yeah,
And although there's over 80 different tools inside of the platform, there's, I think, over 30 of them are available on the free plan. So,
mm,
it's great. I mean, it's done really well. I think, just, to your point, is that, I think being generous and looking for ways to give,
yep,
that will pay back, regardless. Like, you'll find, whether it's like
mm,
monetary, or in other ways, you will feel like, you've
yeah,
gone more, and you can't outgive, so,
mm,
yeah, I think it's yeah, I appreciate you,
yeah.
acknowledging that. Yeah.
It's really good. And I do think like stepping into, I mean, now with lockdowns and COVID still
Yes.
going on, there's so many of people working from home
Yeah.
that you really start to see that split and divide between companies that are coming from a place of giving and the old
Mhm.
dinosaur companies that are still trying to take and get and fake sincerity about what they're giving.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
There
There's a
is, there
real
is.
difference. So,
There is.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because like we're not TubeBuddy's, very successful financially and everything, very stable, and but it's like funny because we're like the worst salespeople, We're like the worst sales. Like even the workshop that I did, I was like, well, if you guys want, you can use this, or like,
Yeah.
but you don't have to, like, you don't have to do
Yeah.
the paid one. If you want, you can do the
Yeah.
free one,
Yeah.
So we're just the
But you
worst
know, Rob,
salespeople.
I find, I don't know, maybe some people aren't like you and me, but I do think I signed up for TubeBuddy because of what you're saying. You
Oh
didn't
yeah.
push it.
Yeah.
You didn't oversell it. You didn't send all these emails that go on for
Yeah.
6 miles saying the same thing at every 3 pages.
You're right. Right.
You didn't do that. That
Yeah.
attracts people like me to a business like yours.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's what
Mm.
we want. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned that email. We email our users or our customers once a month, and people
Yes.
have said, "Hey, why don't you guys like maybe twice a month?"
Yeah.
It's like, but
No.
like, why do people? There's nothing to say. Like,
Exactly.
we're so present on social and YouTube like every single week. Like, we
Yeah.
feel like we've done the
Enough.
communication there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once a month just to make sure everyone's up to date, but otherwise, it's
Yeah.
good.
I agree. My website has just I've been working with no website probably for 2 years
Oh,
because
wow.
I I had an old one. It was really badly done by me when I had no
Yeah.
idea. So I shut it down and then a new one was being built. And then the guy that was working on it had to stop and get interrupted because he had to go and work on some COVID sites or something.
Oh,
So there was
yeah.
a pause and I thought, oh well, that's okay, that's fine. And
Yeah.
because YouTube and working with the TubeBuddy stuff that you guys have put together so well, all of that means I can really attract, and I won't use the word get, I will
Yeah.
use the word attract 100% of my work from YouTube, even with 50,000 subscribers, which, is not a huge amount, but it is enough if you've got the right viewers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Massive. It's a massive channel.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's so wonderful. I just because I'm pretty non-techie. Like
Yeah.
I hopped on YouTube. I was in my 40s. I was going, oh, let's just do that. I had to do a few YouTubes as part of my course. I just went, okay, let's just do that. And
Right.
and wasn't it was just trying to get through an assignment. I had
Right.
no intention of YouTubing at all.
Right.
So then it kind of the meaningful work took a left turn
Right.
on this other stuff, but you do need to know a certain level of techie stuff to help
Yeah.
yourself. And I think that's why I really love what you guys have created because it makes it for the non-techies
Yes.
really user friendly. It's
Right.
like non-techies for dummies
Yeah. Yeah.
system.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't
Yeah,
it? That's so true. That's so
yeah,
true. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
funny.
in terms of your work, are you like do you feel like okay, I'm creatively satisfied and I'm
Yeah.
contributing to what I'm doing and are you kind of still in that inspired
Yeah.
place?
Yeah, yeah, I feel like it. Like we're very much in touch with our community. So,
Yeah.
and also I have my own personal YouTube channel as well. So,
Yeah.
and it's encouraged, right? Like, of course, like there's myself, Andrew. Andrew has his own personal YouTube channel as well,
Yeah.
and we have our creative outlets there.
Yes.
There's a couple other team members as well. If you guys check them out, there's Judah and
Yeah.
also Renee. We were content creators before we joined TubeBuddy, and I think that's probably one of the really not a secret sauce or anything, but like I think that's like one of the things that was really helped us understand
Yeah.
the people that are using TubeBuddy
Yes.
because we are also using TubeBuddy because we're also content
Yeah.
creators. We're also trying to grow our channels, and
Yeah.
I think that's really powerful. I think
Mm.
anything that you're doing, I think you have to be a user of whatever it is that you're
Yeah.
selling or whatever product or service. So
Yep.
you know, um,
What's
it's
your
like
channel,
me.
Rob? What's your subject?
It's just under my name. It's just
Yeah.
Rob.balasabas, and you'll find it. And I just talk about like tech,
Yeah.
software and growing an audience and things like that. So
Cool.
yeah, it's just been really fun, and yeah, it's been a fun way to grow a piece of content.
Yeah. When did
I've
you start your
I
channel, your
started it
personal one?
I started in 2018, but I think most people I was just like messing around for the first
Yeah.
year and a half. And then I got really serious, I would say about 12, 18 months ago,
Yeah.
and started, uploading once a week and really trying to
Yeah.
understand how YouTube works. And, it's been crazy. Like, there's no secret to YouTube, it's like upload
Yeah.
consistently
Yep.
and make good content,
Yeah.
make content that people will watch,
Yeah.
and respect people's time. I think that was one of an
Yes.
advice from a guy named Steve Dotto. And he
Yeah.
says, you know what, for every minute that somebody watches you, they're not able to do something else. So like give them
Yes.
something of value, and don't just make a video for the sake of
Yeah.
having something to upload. So
For
um,
sure. Totally agree. And I think keep it tight, keep it short, and
yes,
either entertain somebody,
yes.
give them some how-tos of something,
Mm-hmm.
or it's sports and music. So,
Yeah.
it's like you gotta hit those, whatever you're
Something.
good at, you gotta give somebody something that they didn't have before. So
That's right. That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
I'm gonna put a link to your channel down below. I'm also gonna put a
Awesome.
link to TubeBuddy.
Yes.
And yeah, if there's anything else you think would be of value to people that are working from home, that, so many people want to work from home. So many people
Yeah.
are now stuck working from home,
Yeah.
and some of them don't like it. Some people are hanging to get to, not hearing the alarm clock.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, I think working from home is, yeah, like you said, some people love it, some people hate it.
Yeah.
I think if you have to work from home, the main thing that I think from my own experience is like just time management. It's very
Yes.
easy to get lost in working from home.
Yes.
And there's no like, oh, I have to be at the office by 9 a.m. or hey, it's 5 o'clock, hey, everyone's leaving, let's go.
Yeah.
Like you can be in here, like I could be in this room and not notice that, hey, it's already 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and
Yeah.
completely neglect everything else that's happening outside your office. And
Mm.
so yeah, having times where you're taking like scheduling in your lunch and your walks and things like that throughout the day, I think it's been really helpful for me just
Yeah.
to have some balance, and putting that into your calendar every afternoon, like around 12 to 1:30. It's like no meetings. Go grab
Yeah.
something to eat, get some air, go for a walk, rain or shine.
Yeah.
Spend some time with the family outside, say hello. I think that has been the most. I think that's like one of the simplest thing. And then also, there's little tools out there. So like there's like this thing called, this is probably not in any news to anyone here, but like Pomodoro app. So it's like a tomato timer. It's like a little Chrome extension, and it like basically it's a timer. So I set it like every 20 minutes. It'll tell me like, hey, go for like get up for 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it'll just pop up. It'll just cover my screen like, hey, you've been on here for like 20 minutes. Like get
Yeah.
up. So grab some water, come back, and then it
Yeah.
actually helps me be more refreshed and like get the blood flowing. And
Yeah.
okay, cool. Like let me get back into have some
Mm.
newer ideas. But that's the
I know
that's the
you
main thing.
turn into an S shape, don't you? From
Yeah. 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 Exactly.
it
Exactly.
just oh God. I'm in a pretzel. I gotta get up.
I gotta get up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. I bought a little weight bench. So I'm doing the little weight
Oh,
bench from
nice.
home. I've got the little weights, and yeah, because it's
Nice.
like you can't go to the gym here. So, got to
That's
do,
smart. That's
yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the little WeWork space has just come into the apartment. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
That's good.
Well, wonderful. Very, very glad to talk to another, person who works in their little pod
Yes.
and enjoys it and is creating. Well, you're actually creating for a business and helping a business, and you're creating for yourself. And I
Yes.
think that's such a wonderful thing, because you've got a finger in both pies,
Yeah.
and you can see what's happening at this level, and you can work, funnel
Yeah.
stuff that you're really interested in to your own little project as well, because it
True.
does start off as a little project, and then it starts to mushroom out, and you learn so much. So
That's right. That's right.
thank
That's
you,
right.
Rob, for coming and joining me. I will put all of Rob's details and TubeBuddy stuff down below, everyone. And Rob, can you stay on for 2 seconds? We'll say
Of
bye in
course.
private.
Of course.
Bye, everyone. You know where I'll see you, and you know when, the usual place and the usual times.
Bye.